welcome in. This episode is a little bit different than what you're used to hearing from us. We are kind of coming here today to speak about the direction that we want to start taking, especially with our minisodes. After doing the episode with Christina Page on the return to nature, we really started feeling like that was something special and made us both feel good. We liked that we had the opportunity to give her a voice without any interruption. She was able to tell her side. The news or any other kind of outlets tearing her voice down and not letting it be spoke in truth. So we really liked that and thought that, there's a lot of other cases that we can cover and bring light to, especially since we do have a little bit of a platform to do so.
Yeah, and, it's never ending. I mean, we could almost record every day and there would be something we could cover. And it's funny because after we did that episode, Amy on her side, she was thinking it, and on my side, I was thinking it as well. And
Yes.
then I don't remember if you brought it up or I brought it up. I have no idea, but when it came up, we both were like, yes, please."
I was super excited because it just felt right.
I
If
agree.
to be able to let someone tell their story, or not every time you'll be able to get one of the family members, a victim, or whoever is involved in that story, but to be able to tell their story in a truthful way and how you believe they would like for it to be told is just it's a good feeling.
Yeah, and I have had a couple of stories where I have reached out to people. They didn't see my message. It could have gotten buried in their Facebook or they just weren't interested. We aren't going to have guests every time, and that's okay. We just, even to dive deeper,
Right.
we want to cover more marginalized communities, specifically kids, missing people, especially. We just recorded a missing episode this week, and that's definitely something we wanna highlight. People of color, kids, maybe we can find some Crips, disabled people like me that are missing. Could be
Just
possible.
people that don't usually get the light shown on them. That maybe you have never heard of and have no idea that this person exists or that they are missing.
Exactly, and I just think I mean, we don't have a huge following, but we have enough of a following that I feel like
Right.
we should do this.
A platform is a platform, and if I had the opportunity to spread some of these facts about missing people, then I think that that's worth taking the chance.
Exactly, and there I all the time, every day almost, I see stories of either people, Native American kids or women,
Mm.
other different same scenarios, same stories, different location, different kids. So, definitely something that we wanna start focusing on.
Yeah, because you may not even realize that you saw something. If you listen to one of these stories and you think about where you was around that time, maybe on that day, what you saw on your surroundings, maybe you seen something out and didn't realize it. And this is how it's going to bring to light. That's what we're here for.
Well, and something else that I feel strongly about, and this I've always felt strongly about this, but it came up again a couple of months ago because there was this young girl in Toledo that was killed by her father. And I don't know how many times people at her school had reported her family to CPS. I also want to focus on those types of stories too, where there could have been prevention and intervention and it didn't happen. And I want to know why.
Yeah, I mean, was it a fact of the people were not trained properly? Because it doesn't seem like the community wasn't trained in what to do. They knew exactly what to do.
Yep.
So who failed this little girl? Yeah.
Yeah, there were multiple teachers at her school that came forward after her death and
And they knew
said,
what to do.
"Yep,
Yes.
we did the right thing." So that ball's getting dropped somewhere. It happens way too often, and so I wanna highlight that as well.
Right. I mean, it needs to be. What can we do as a community to help spread the word as a whole? I mean,
Yeah.
is it because there's not enough pay in these areas and you're getting employees that really just don't give a damn? I don't know how you couldn't, but what is going on?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is probably not enough staff, but that's just a guess.
Yeah.
But
Nobody wants to take the job or the ones that do. I mean, you just there's I don't know.
I don't know either. I feel like also maybe that's the type of profession that you go in because you care, and then maybe you get overwhelmed and you have too many cases or whatever the case might be, and then you get jaded and you don't care as much. I don't know, I'm just guessing. And I
Maybe.
definitely wanna find I'm sure I know people who are social workers, so I definitely would love to get one on just in
Right.
general. Yeah,
Right. What does your job entail? What does it look like? Because somewhere it would be nice if we could change this.
yeah, and I don't
And
know.
like you said, I know we're little voices,
Exactly.
but it I was always taught that the squeakiest wheel gets the oil or the grease, whatever you would like to call it. So maybe if we just keep our voices loud and speak on these names, then they'll be heard.
Right, and so for me, personally, I did a ton of volunteering in my past. I volunteered at Make-A-Wish for 11 years. I volunteered with teenage victims of sex trafficking for 11 years, a ton of places, animal rescue, whatever. I've done
Mhm.
most of it. And with my body issues, being a crip and all, I haven't been able to do any volunteering the last few years, and it's just getting worse. I don't think I'm gonna be able to volunteer anywhere anymore, so I feel like this can sort of fill that void that I have going on in
Mhm.
my life from not being able to do that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to talk about it, but it was probably 4 years ago. I had shared a few different missing people. One was a blonde-headed Caucasian girl, pretty girl, not very old, in her 20s, and another was a trans, indigenous female.
I already know where this is
Guess one
going.
got the most shares.
Yeah,
I mean, hers blew the other ones out of the water.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just little things like that.
and listen, I've always been outspoken about marginalized groups and just things in general that are trying to use my being a white woman as much as I can to help other communities. And listen, women are marginalized even if you want
Yes.
to so I mean, we can take it as vague as that or we can take it down to something like you just said, a trans native woman. So,
Mhm.
we're gonna cover everything, and this, for now, at least, for sure, won't change our structure of the true crime, paranormal, and horror trios tied in. We're still doing those. This is just minisodes right now.
We yeah, we would definitely want to use that time to be useful and helpful.
Yeah, because 'cause I've had this void in my life for a while now, and so hopefully this helps.
I mean, when I was thinking, we have both talked about it, you wanted to do the podcast and I had wanted to secretly do one as well. I was generally wanting to start looking in this direction, giving a voice to the ones who don't have one that maybe are snuffed down because of who they are.
Yeah,
It's
and
so hard. Like, I hate to say this about anybody because nobody should be like that. We should all, if somebody's missing, I don't care if you're black, pink, purple, pink, or blue. You're missing and we need to find you. That rhymed.
And we aren't always gonna have guests. Sometimes it's just gonna be us, like,
Yeah.
the story that we recorded this week was just us getting more visibility on the story. So, even if we're just telling the story between us and all of whatever we found online that we watched or read or whatever, it's still getting that story out there and hopefully helping awareness.
Yeah, because the one that you brought up to me that we just recorded, I've never heard of them.
I hadn't
So,
either.
the fact that there's 2 more people now that know.
Yep, exactly. And now more. And
Yeah.
that came from someone, one of my friends that I had met on TikTok, Western New York Cemeteries. And she
Mhm.
grew up in Toledo. And she came to me and said, "Hey, what about this story?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know anything about this story. Yep, let's do it."
And it's so close to the area that we want to end up in.
I know. How did I not know about it? I don't know, but here we are.
Well, you more than me.
I know. But that's exactly the point. I
Yeah.
grew up there and had no idea about this story, and it was just miles away.
Right. It's just crazy how you can have one individual go missing, and then a couple days later, even sometimes the exact same thing nearly can happen to the next one, and just because they're not the right color or not the right gender or religion, n nobody speaks about it.
Yeah, and I feel like too, 2025, it's just different. When we were kids, we were out, you didn't have to worry about your kid getting murdered, and 2025 is just different, and there are missing stories of missing people every
Mm.
day.
Yeah, and when I was a little girl, I mean, not necessarily little, up into my teens, I would head out in the morning and be gone most of the day, coming back and forth to eat, but I was gone. Mom didn't worry, dad didn't worry.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, we could literally do this every day. Not doing that, but we could.
Yeah.
It's just a
Easily,
different time, you know?
easily.
Not in a good way, just a different time.
And I would also, I don't know, we didn't discuss this, but I would like to go back into like really early cases that nobody's ever found a conclusion to. It hasn't been solved.
Cold cases, I'm down.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something else, cold cases where
Yes, I would really like to look at some like 70s, 60s, where whenever time period that we still don't know where they are. That's a long time.
yep, agree. I
And
mean,
somebody knows where all of these individuals are. And I'm not just talking for you religious ones, and myself included, the way I sounded, that sounded awful. I'm not just talking for those of us who are religious. Yes, of course, he knows, but the person that did it, they know. And through the years, I'm sure they haven't been quiet.
yeah. So that's our little update. I don't know. Do we have anything else?
No, I'm just super excited. I really am.
Me too. So if you have any cases, anyone that you know of that you want us to talk about, missing people, cold cases, especially marginalized communities, it doesn't have to be, but that is something we want to definitely focus on. So if you have any cases that you know of, please send them our way and we will look into them and see. It would be hard. We'll have to see on the stories that don't have any news coverage or a lot of information online. Those would be harder for us to talk about, but we'll see. Just send us anything and we'll definitely look into it.
Well, even okay, say if you do have one of those cases that doesn't have a lot of news coverage and it's personal and you are included in that story. Maybe you're a family member, a close friend, definitely also reach out to us. Maybe we can start getting the word out.
Yeah. As that was coming out of my mouth, I was thinking that same
Oh,
thing. It just
okay.
like you took it over, which is great. Same brain.
What is it? Great minds think alike.
Duh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, That's it. We just wanted to give you all a little update just in case anyone was like, "Why are all these minisodes so different?" That is why. I don't know. We most of the ones that we've done, I feel like have been paranormal,
Mhm.
and that's fine, but, we cover the paranormal when we do our trios of the bigger
Right.
episodes. We really don't need to keep doing that. I feel like people also really enjoy hearing these types of true crime stories too, so I think you all will enjoy this switch up.
I do too, and remember in the beginning when we explained the minisodes, for those of you who did listen to that episode, we said anything goes.
Yep.
So now it's just changing a little bit.
Yeah. In a good way.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much to everyone for your support, for listening. We have a few people that I know listen every episode as soon as it comes out, and we very, very much appreciate you. We appreciate all of you, even if you've listened to just a few episodes, we appreciate you. But yeah, if you feel compelled to only give us good reviews, please do so.
We love you. And by now, you have to love us. You've got enough time to get to know us.
Yeah, agree. All right. Well, we will meet back here in a week. I got to start looking at the episode listings because I wanted to say that one that we recorded this week, it will probably be out in about 4 weeks,
Yeah,
but I
because
don't.
this one's going to be slipped in, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
So, yeah.
in about 4 weeks, you'll see this switch start happening, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll meet back here in a week. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, guys.